A noticeably slimmer Carson Wentz took the field today for the first day of OTAs without any limitations and no knee brace.
Ultimately, it's my decision, but talking through it with everybody, we just felt it was best going forward. I mean, knee feels good, feels strong, and I feel better without it.
As for that diet, Joel Embiid needs to take some tips. I guarantee you Carson hasn't touched a Chick-fil-A in months.
Just looking at nutrition and different, training techniques and really kind of diving into every aspect, any advantage I can find. Really went into this off season and just A, getting healthy, but then B, what it can look like to stay healthy. And, just those are some things that, not to get into any specifics, but that I definitely looked hard at this off season. I'm just trying to transform my body a little bit this off season, and it's been, I think I've seen a lot of development there for me personally.
All right, so the first bit there was from my PI in 60 today, so you may have already watched that. But the video continues, because on YouTube I can go more than 60 seconds. That's what she said. Okay, so let's talk about the information that Carson Wentz opened up about today. And the big thing was the ditching of the knee brace, because that was something, I was curious. How many years would he play with it? Would he play with that thing, that big bulky knee brace for the rest of his career? And turns out, well, no. And as Carson alluded to, he talked to the specialists, he talked to other people, and it was ultimately his decision to ditch the knee brace. But as you can imagine, you're going to move better without it, have a little bit more flexibility without it, and ultimately, it's easier to play without, obviously. Now let's just hope that Carson doesn't get hurt again. God forbid. But not getting hurt again, part of the reason for the changing of his diet is so that he can stay healthier. Now, the other way to stay healthier is to learn how to slide and get down and other stuff like that, not take the big hit, yada, yada, yada. But the diet and the nutrition, that was something that was kind of introduced, well, not introduced, but really taken to the next level with Tom Brady, because, well, he's playing in his 40s, and it doesn't seem like he's going to slow down anytime soon. So the dieting and the nutrition has really revitalized Tom Brady's career, and now you look at Carson Wentz, and you did notice that he was slimmer, and he was looking lean and mean and looking good. So definitely some changes within his diet were made. And, whether or not that's going to keep him healthy, whether or not that's going to help the longevity of his career, we shall see. But, hey, you can't say that he's not trying. Okay, other news and notes from OTAs today. So 2 things that caught my attention. One was Halapoulivaati Vaitai getting the snaps at first-team right guard, and not Stefan Wisniewski, not anybody else. It was Big V getting them. I remember 2 years ago when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, they started with Isaac Seumalo at left guard, and then he really struggled. Then it was Chance Warmack, and he struggled. And then finally they turned to Stefan Wisniewski, and the ship was righted. Last year, they went away from Stefan Wisniewski. They went to Isaac Seumalo. He played left guard. And then Isaac Seumalo wound up getting an extension. And now Stefan Wisniewski is kind of getting left in the dust again. Now, he was taking snaps at center, and Jason Kelce wasn't really doing a lot today. So maybe that was part of it. But I'm curious to see, moving forward, who's going to be that right guard. If obviously with Brandon Brooks not going to be able to play to start the year. So is it going to be Big V? Like, I'm not really crazy about Big V being the right guard, a big man right guard like that. I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm liking that decision. I'm hoping Stefan Wisniewski, Wit, will win that spot. So we'll see. The other thing was Avonte Maddox getting the nickel slot snaps. And the thing with him is you got to find a way to get him on the field. I wholeheartedly believe that. In all honesty, I think Avonte Maddox is going to wind up being the best cornerback on the roster within the next 2-3 years. he's going to be the number one guy. He's going to be the Eagles' Jason Verrett without the injuries, hopefully, and, kind of be that number one corner, fringe top 10 corner. I have a lot of faith in Avonte Maddox, and I think that he's going to develop. We'll see if I'm right about him. He gets the slot snaps, so it wasn't Avonte, or it wasn't Crayvon LeBlanc. It wasn't Sidney Jones getting him. It was obviously Avonte. So is he going to be the guy to get the slot snaps? Who's going to be outside alongside Ronald Darby? Is it Sidney Jones? Who's it going to be? We shall see. But that caught my attention, Avonte getting the nickel snaps. Because in all honesty, I think Avonte could play outside. Now, I understand if they want to potentially put him inside, but I think he can play outside. That's just me, though. All right, so it'll be interesting to see as, the days go on and how they try and mix and match things. It's only the first day of OTA, so I'm not taking anything seriously. And this is also Kool-Aid drinking season, so do keep that in mind, because you're going to hear about guys having great OTAs, and that's great. But the thing to keep in mind is this. If somebody has a great OTA, great. Now we take the next step, and hopefully they have a great training camp. You got to go all the way through. Having a great OTAs is great. It's not an indicator of future success. It's just that he had a great OTAs, and it's the first step to a process for the summer. I'm making this point because I see all these people get so caught up in the OTAs. I mean, we're talking about practicing without the pads. We're practicing in gym shorts right now, just before the start of the summer here. So don't really take anything too seriously, but it's nice to see everybody out there. The guy who was really standing out today was Dallas Goedert, apparently. And, hey, I got high expectations for him for this upcoming season. So those are thoughts. First day of OTAs. Am I going to do this after every day? I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. But make sure you donate below for the Eagles Autism Challenge. I'm raising money until the 31st. So I'd love it, love it, love it. Really appreciate it if any of you guys donated. It's for a great cause. I'm Adrian Fedkiw. I'm out. Peace.